The new Ford GT is without a doubt the most incredible car at the show this year. Besides being one of the most legendary brands in automobiles, the GT has a really interesting backstory. It was created in the 1960s because Henry Ford II had wanted to buy Ferrari and was ultimately turned down. So he created the GT sort of as revenge against them and then raced them at Le Mans and won. And then the second generation GT, which is also here, was created about 10 to 12 years ago as a successor to that original GT. And now we have the new one. All three cars are amazing in different ways, and you can see that lineage, that DNA sort of continue through all three generations. The new GT has a really small engine, a strangely small engine. It's only a 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo, which sounds like something you might find in a family sedan, except in this case it's putting out over 600 horsepower. This car is striking. It is without question the most insane car visually Ford has ever made. It has scissor doors, it has deep cuts on the side, almost looks like a Lamborghini from some angles. And then on the back you have these twin tailpipes, these enormous tailpipes that are set between the tail lights. From every angle it's just an incredible looking car. And then there's the NSX. Now this supercar first began life back in 1990, and that first generation vehicle was produced until about 2005. Well, Acura announced in 2007 they were going to work on a second generation car, and we're finally here with the first customers being able to take delivery of their cars at the end of 2015. The car looks both similar to and different from what we first saw on stage back in 2007 as a concept car. It looks wider, it looks lower, it looks meaner, it looks more aggressive than it used to, which by most accounts is a good thing. There are still a lot of specs about the new NSX we don't know, but what we do know is very impressive. We have over 550 horsepower on tap, and that's between a twin-turbo V6 and a 3-motor electric system. It's a hybrid. There's a 9-speed dual-clutch transmission and a cool dial in the center dash that lets you switch between a quiet mode when you don't want to wake the neighbors, all the way up to track mode for when you're on the track. It was amazing to see the crowds form around both of these cars immediately after their introductions. The GT, the moment after the announcement was over, hundreds upon hundreds of people just formed a perfect circle around the car. And the same thing happened with the NSX launch. So there's obviously a lot of hype and a lot of excitement for these introductions. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of cool things happening here at the auto show this year. But if I had to put my finger on it, I'd say that these two are the defining moments, the defining cars of this year's Detroit Auto Show.